Science for Pigeons. The microscope. Microscopes view objects too small for the naked eye. Lenses provide magnification. Magnification makes objects appear larger. A light microscope has several parts. The eyepiece lens sits at the top. The body tube is below it. The rough and fine focusing knobs attach here. A handle is at the back. The stage is below the body tube. High and low power objective lenses are above the stage, and a mirror sits at the base. Using a microscope follows a procedure. Carry the microscope by its handle. Place it near a light source. Angle the mirror to shine light upward. Clipper slide onto the stage. The slide holds the specimen. Select the lowest power objective lens. Turn the rough focusing knob downward. Stop just above the slide. Look through the eyepiece. Adjust the fine focusing knob. Adjust until the image is clear. For greater magnification, switch to a higher power lens. Then refocus the image. Certain precautions are necessary. Do not reflect direct sunlight. This light can damage eyes. Do not break the slide. Always turn the rough focus knob upward. This movement moves the lens away from the slide. This prevents them from colliding together. Let us now speak about cells. All living things are organisms. Organisms consist of cells. Cells are microscopic biological building blocks. Animals and plant cells share subcellular structures. Both have a nucleus. The nucleus controls the cell. Both have a cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a gel that partly fills the cell. Most chemical reactions occur in there. Both have a cell membrane. This membrane, this boundary, holds the cell together. It controls movement of chemicals in and out of the cell. And both have mitochondria. Mitochondria conduct aerobic respiration. Respiration is a biological process which releases energy. Plant cells possess additional subcellular structures. Only plants have cell walls. This wall is rigid and made of cellulose. Cellulose provides support for the plants. Only plants have a permanent vacuole. The vacuole contains cell sap. Cell sap is a weak sugar and salt solution. And only plant cells have chloroplasts. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll. Chlorophyll enables photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a biological process producing food for the plant. Organisms may be multicellular or unicellular. Multicellular organisms contain many cells. Unicellular organisms consist of only one cell. Unicellular organisms possess interesting survival adaptations. Consider the euglena, a green single-celled freshwater organism. Euglena possess a flagellum. The flagellum is a kind of tail, enabling them to swim. Consider the amoeba, a single-celled animal. Amoeba also live in water. They use a contractile vacuole. This vacuole collects excess water. It expels the excess water through the membrane. Now I will speak of cell organization. Multicellular organisms organize cells hierarchically. Similar cells form a tissue. Different tissues form an organ. Cooperating organs form an organ system. and multiple organ systems form an organism. This sequence applies to both plants and animals. For example, palisade cells constitute palisade tissue. This tissue helps form a leaf. A leaf is an organ. Leaves form the shoot system. The shoot system is an organ system, and all these systems form the complete plant. Cells require material exchange to stay alive. This exchange occurs via diffusion. Diffusion moves substances like glucose and oxygen. Movement goes from high concentration to low concentration. Glucose and oxygen enter cells this way. Carbon dioxide exits cells this way. This process occurs across the cell membrane. Now I will speak about respiration. Respiration is a chemical reaction. This reaction occurs in every living cell. Respiration releases energy from glucose. Glucose is a sugar. The released energy fuels other chemical reactions. These reactions sustain life. Reactions like protein construction, thermoregulation, and muscle contraction. Aerobic respiration requires oxygen. This process occurs in mitochondria. Animal and plant cells contain mitochondria. In aerobic respiration, glucose and oxygen react. This reaction produces carbon dioxide and water, and energy is released. The reaction is quite an efficient one. Anaerobic respiration occurs without oxygen. This process is less efficient, as less energy is released. Anaerobic respiration happens during an oxygen deficit. Muscle cells during exercise demonstrate this. In humans, anaerobic respiration converts glucose to lactic acid. Lactic acid accumulation causes muscular pain. Anaerobic respiration varies by organism. Microorganisms like yeast respire anaerobically. Their anaerobic respiration process produces carbon dioxide and ethanol, ethanol being an alcohol. This specific anaerobic process is fermentation. We may use fermentation to make beer. And that concludes this section.